An animal cruelty case in DeKalb County leaves the rescue community stunned and saddened because it involves one of their own.
Longtime animal rescuer Aaron Thompson faces a felony charge for what investigators found inside 2 Decatur homes. But Fox 5 I-Team reporter Randy Travis says Thompson puts part of the blame on another longtime dog rescuer who he says left him in a no-win situation. Randy?
That's right, Russ and Elise. Yeah, the 65-year-old Thompson and his girlfriend Chrissy Kaczynski were familiar faces in the rescue group Friends of DeKalb Animals. But after the couple broke up, Thompson was left with a dozen animals to care for. Either he did not or he could not.
I feel like right now I can't sit up.
You can't get off the sofa right now?
Aaron Thompson is a mess, living in a mess, after causing a mess that could stick with him for years.
How did you get in this situation?
We just both loved animals, man.
The we he's talking about is Chrissy Kaczynski, seen here on her public Facebook page. They lived together for 12 years, Chrissy and Aaron, happily rescuing animals and caring for them at the 2 homes they maintain on Beach Drive in Decatur. But in early October, after the couple split up, Chrissy took 6 of the dogs with her to a new spacious home in Eatonton. The other 11 dogs stayed with Thompson, and that's where it would all soon fall apart.
And it was just disgusting. I mean, the smell, you guys smell it now, this is nothing.
Less than a month after Chrissy moved out, animal control officers learned that one of the dogs in Aaron's care had died. They would wind up seizing all the dogs after finding some emaciated, with ribs, hip bones clearly visible. Thompson told us he's so weak he couldn't walk between the 2 houses to care for all the animals. He now faces a felony count of animal cruelty, but he's not willing to take all the blame.
I'm sick of it. I cannot believe that it's going on. I can't believe she put me in this predicament.
When she left all these dogs behind, I was upset because they're her dogs, and why would she leave them behind? And it wasn't until I realized Aaron's condition that I was just mad.
Chrissy Kaczynski would only talk to us over the phone. She told me that what happened out here in this neighborhood was, quote, devastating, her worst nightmare. And she says that all the dogs and Aaron were healthy the day she moved out. She also told me she didn't think she had to check on the welfare of the animals because the 2 of them had divided up responsibility over who would care for each dog.
Kaczynski does not face any charges. A law enforcement source familiar with the investigation said there is no evidence these conditions were there before Aaron Thompson was left alone to care for the dogs. Neighbor Rebecca Novick took these pictures, which she believes show more than just 1 month's worth of neglect. Chrissy admitted to us she had not been in one of the houses for more than a year.
When you're in rescue, you don't abandon animals. We're constantly cleaning up other people's messes when other people abandon animals.
We saw one more animal left behind.
Charlotte, I've got food.
A thin, pot-bellied pig named Charlotte that Chrissy Kaczynski rescued and adopted years ago. Her ex was supposed to take care of her too, but these pictures Rebecca took when she first came by show no hay and the door to the shelter too close to the wall to provide access.
She's a pot-belly pig, so she's supposed to have a pot belly.
Chrissy admitted the pig was hers, but told us she thought Aaron was arranging to have Charlotte adopted. Right now, Aaron's only job is arranging for legal representation.
If I have to have some criminal charges against me, I'll just have to deal with them. Because I can't keep living with something over my head.
Well, foster homes like these are supposed to be routinely inspected by the rescue group that takes the animals out of the county shelter. Friends of DeKalb Animals President Lynn Herron told me she relied on Chrissy Kaczynski to do her own inspection of those 2 houses that we found so filthy. But of course, we found those houses, we saw them for ourselves after she moved out. We don't know independently what they looked like while she was living there.
So that situation.
It really is. So what do we know about Charlotte at this point?
Charlotte has been moved to another foster home, a place called the Tucker Farms in DeKalb County. I'm told she's thriving over there.
Good.
And by the way, all the other dogs that were seized by animal control, most of them have now been released, and some of them are actually back with Mr. Thompson's ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, no, it seems like Mr. Thompson should have called somebody if he couldn't have handled it.
Asked about that, he says, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. Doesn't know why he did what he did or didn't do.
All right, well, thank you for bringing us the story.
You bet.